There you can see they've begun to open around the second stage in preparation for Strongback retract.
Is it recording right now?
Mm-hmm.
Strongback is the device that holds the rocket up, and it does rotate back about 2 degrees just before the launch.
Today's mission also marks our 100th overall launch from Space Launch Complex 40 in Florida. You can see a shot of it here in the background, and it looks like a beautiful day to fly.
A few extra clouds. Just a few extra. Now you'll see smoke coming off the rocket. That's normal. That's the liquid oxygen that warms up a little bit, becomes a gas, and they vent it off the rocket before launch. They keep pumping in fresh liquid oxygen up to pretty close to the launch time. So that's normal. Don't worry about that. It's normal. It's not smoke, it's steam, really.
Now we're just awaiting liquid oxygen loading complete on both the first and the second stage.
Stage 1 lock load complete.
Perfect timing. There's that call out. So with that, we have fully loaded our rocket.
Okay, I do have to do an announcement. We do this every time we do a launch here, but it's kind of a legal thing, so we got to do it.
Propellant 1 fuel and our liquid
Turn
oxygen
the
on the first
audio down
stage.
for a second here. Let me
We'll
do
hear
the
a similar
announcement.
call out for liquid
Please.
oxygen loading.
You need to have the
on
audio
second
turned
stage.
down just a touch, please. Okay, please be advised that hazards are inherent in launching and launch viewing. By accepting the invitation to view the launch today, you do so with the understanding of the potential risk. Although NASA applies stringent range safety principles and techniques
And you
to
can see
protect
some
the general
humidity
public,
forming
the
around
workforce, and
first and
property
second stage,
for
that's
all
totally normal
areas
as
at
we're
the
topping off
Kennedy
the
Space
tanks.
Center during a launch, in the event of an inadvertent circumstance, hazards including
The
debris,
cryogenic liquid
blast,
oxygen we
and
load is very
toxics
cold.
may
It's
occur.
causing clouds
It
to
is
form around the
imperative that
vehicle
you
from
stay
that
within the
moist
controlled
Florida
areas,
air.
stay with your group, and strictly follow all instructions provided by NASA and me. There you go, that's a legal thing. Now remember, the rocket's coming out and away from us. That should not be any kind of a real concern, but we do have to do the announcement.
Stage 2 load complete.
So with that, we've got 1 million pounds of fuel and liquid oxygen on both the first and the second stage. And the booster you've got on your screen is flying for its 10th time today.
Ground closeouts have started.
With that call out, we're going to be venting some components from the transporter reactor. As I mentioned, this booster is flying for its 10th time, having previously flown the GPS-3 Space Vehicle 4 and 5 missions, Inspiration 4, Axiom 1, Nalsat 301, and 4 previous Starlink missions.
Okay, we're right on the time for the launch, so
We are planning to recover this booster
If
on
you
our
look
drone ship named
to
the
the
Short
launch
Follower
pad,
Gravitas, which is currently stationed in the
there's
Atlantic
the
Ocean.
drone ship right there. But if you
Following
look
liftoff and
across
stage
the water,
separation.
it's supposed to be going like any second now, okay? We're at 10:50. It's at the end of 10:50. 10:50:40, I believe, is the exact time.
LD, go for launch.
LD is the launch director. You go for launch. There it goes. There it goes. Look at the launch pad. There it goes. Falcon 9 rocket liftoff. Starlink satellites on their way. Now remember, it's going to the east. You don't hear it yet, but you will. Okay? There it goes. It's going to pop through the clouds here.
Wow.
Remember, the screen is on a delay there.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay, here comes the noise.
ignition, and liftoff of Falcon 9. Go slow, go Falcon.
Of thrust. That's what's creating that noise and the rumble. So it is climbing out to the northeast. It's going to kind of bend out there. It's going to be 53 degrees
power and telemetry.
The ultimate orbit is going to be about 350 miles above the Earth. 15 minutes after launch, the Starlinks will separate. They're basically in a big container that just shoots them out of there. 54 of them.
The vehicle is supersonic.
Yeah, they go supersonic
That
within
Falcon 9 is
about
now
a minute.
traveling faster than the
And
speed
then they
of
also
sound.
do what we call max Q, where the vehicle, the
And
rocket
we've
goes
just
through
passed
the
through the point
maximum
of maximum dynamic pressure that will feel
rocket
during
itself.
the flight.
It's a kind of a critical time, but once it only takes a few seconds, they'll pass max Q, and then they continue to climb out. 2.5 minutes after the launch, core stage is going to separate from the upper stage, and it starts its return back. When it does that,
Impact chill has begun.
see, there's a camera on the rocket right
So
now.
that call out, we're about a minute away from main engine cutoff, stage separation, and then second engine start, followed shortly after by fairing deploy. Those events will happen back to back.
If they do it, they do it. It's all happening
And
pretty
with the
quick.
call out of NVAC chill starting up, that means we've begun chilling in those turbo pumps in preparation for second engine start.
The upper stage, you have to chill the engines down to make sure they can handle the ultra cold fuel. So, but anyway, you're going to see a split screen when that core stage separates. The left side is the core stage coming back, and then the right side will be the upper stage engine.
Yeah, it's too bad it wasn't a clear sky.
So it's on its way, northeast. Sorry, there's too many clouds. You know? What's really cool is a night launch, you know, because on a clear night, well, you can see that thing forever almost.
Nico,
MECO, main engine cutoff.
stage separation confirmed.
There you go. You got split screen. Remember, that's on a delay, but it really doesn't
And
matter at
recognition.
this point.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And with that, those 4 events complete, we will be attempting to recover both these fairing halves, again to use on a future mission.
The fairing is the top part of the rocket. It's a covering that goes over the satellites. It's a 2-part piece. I know a lot of you guys want to leave, but if you want to watch that thing land on the bar, just wait a few minutes. Right there, coming up in less than 8 minutes. There's the right side engine. See, it's glowing orange. The upper stage
If you're just joining us, we
turned
had an
on, and
on-time
it's
liftoff from Space Launch
and
Complex
it's
floating
burning,
at 10
carrying
and
the
58
satellites
Eastern
further up.
Time. On your screen, the right-hand side is our second stage, taking 54 Starlink satellites to orbit. And on the left-hand side of your screen is our first stage.
Acquisition of signal permuted.
First stage making its way back to our drone ship stationed off the coast of Florida and the Atlantic Ocean.
It's about 400 miles away, the drone ship. Because the rocket is moving fast. It's going faster than the speed of sound right now. It's just accelerating. In 8.5 minutes, the rocket will be going 17,500 miles an hour. You got to go that fast to be in orbit around the Earth. So there you go. You got the upper stage on the right. Left-hand side is the core stage coming back. You'll see some burns occur there. To guide that core stage back is kind of a cool thing to watch. And when it does come to that barge, there's the big SpaceX logo on the top of the barge. The drone ship, sorry. And so you'll be able to see it. Yeah. You'll be able to see it pretty clearly when it comes down, but it happens fairly quickly. So
Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier that today marks SpaceX's 186th mission overall launch. And as I previously mentioned, it's the 10th flight for this first stage. It previously flew the GPS Space Vehicle 4 and 5 missions, Inspiration 4, Axiom 1, NowSat 301, and 4 Starlink missions.
this rocket has carried humans before, twice at least, but not today. It's only Starlink satellites.
The first stage's next major milestone will be its entry burn, where we will ignite 3 of the Merlin 1D engines.
Flight guidance. Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
And the second stage still has a few minutes to go here, with second engine cutoff number 1 just
You won't
after
see it out
8
there. You can
minutes
see it
into the flight.
on the screen. But on the left of the screen, the first stage will land on a barge out in the ocean, So, and then on the right screen, on the right side of the screen is the second stage, which is delivering the satellites.
Okay, so watch the screen there. You'll see right side. That's your upper stage burning away. You see how the engine is glowing orange? It's a lot of heat coming
Well,
off
it won't
the
come
engine.
here. That's way out in the
The
ocean.
left side.
Okay, so we can see.
No, we won't
We're
see
flying
it. You know,
54
it's too far away.
satellites
Okay.
into orbit today. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed and low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe.
Sur une barge qui est au milieu de l'océan. Voilà, l'écran de gauche.
8 minutes and 45 seconds after the launch, just before 11 o'clock. That's when should be landing on the drone ship.
Next major milestone coming up in about 20 seconds. That'll be the entry burn on the first stage.
It'll burn 3 of the Merlin engines on the entry burn, then it'll burn 1 engine as it just before it touches down on the drone ship.
Stage 1 entry burn startup. Stage 1 MTS is saved.
See the clouds? There's the burn. Now you can see the clouds below it there, so it's going to come through the
So with that,
clouds.
first stage has ignited 3 of its Merlin 1D engines to slow down for atmospheric re-entry. This burned pretty quick, just about 20 seconds long.
That's that grid fins.
Stage 1 entry burn shut
They're
down.
out now, but they look like big fly swatters. That's what it looks like. And they come out, and that helps guide the core stage back to the ground. Or the drone ship.
Oh,